The reality life of traveler in Russia 2024. Have you ever wondered what it will actually be like to visit Russia in 2024 as a tourist? Come along as we unveil the fascinating reality that lies beneath the headlines as we peel back the layers of this mysterious nation. Our tour explores the core of Russian culture and adventure, from negotiating bureaucratic mazes to relishing real borscht in crowded markets. What surprises, though, are in store for those who go out across this large and varied territory? Are you prepared to set out on a virtual journey that dispels myths and tells the little-known tales of contemporary Russian tourists? Together, let's solve the puzzle and learn about the fascinating realities of traveling around Russia in 2024. Navigating visa regulations. Travelers may find themselves in a confusing web of paperwork and processes when navigating Russia's visa restrictions, which can frequently resemble setting off on a bureaucratic expedition. Thorough documentation is required at the start of the procedure, including passport images, visa application forms, and evidence of lodging and trip plans. Even small mistakes can cause delays or rejection, therefore every detail needs to be thoroughly checked and submitted. Navigating these procedures might be difficult for those who are not familiar with the complexities of Russian bureaucracy. It takes time and attention to detail. Travelers must deal with protracted processing times, which might vary based on the type of visa and the country of application, once the paperwork is in order. Even the most enthusiastic explorers may find their patience tested over the weeks or months of waiting. In addition, the unpredictability of visa clearance creates a level of anxiety that keeps tourists on edge up until they obtain the much-desired approval stamp. Navigating visa restrictions has financial ramifications in addition to practical ones. Travelers may be severely impacted financially by the expense of obtaining visas, processing fees, and supporting documentation, all of which can add up quickly. Budget-conscious travelers may need to carefully prioritize and plan these costs to make sure they have the money to secure the licenses they need to see Russia's treasures. Notwithstanding the obstacles, there is optimism for a more approachable experience thanks to recent initiatives to expedite the visa application procedure. Travelers can visit these locations more easily thanks to the introduction of electronic visas, which have shortened processing times and simplified the application procedure in some areas, such as the Kaliningrad Oblast and St. Petersburg. Initiatives to increase the number of countries for which citizens do not need a visa also indicate a greater willingness to welcome tourists from throughout the globe. Even though understanding Russia's visa requirements can be difficult, the benefits of seeing this enormous and culturally diverse nation much outweigh the difficulties. For adventurous tourists prepared to get beyond the red tape, Russia's varied landscapes and dynamic culture offer a wealth of experiences, from the opulent palaces of St. Petersburg to the isolated settlements of Siberia. Cultural immersion. Travelers visiting Russia have the exceptional chance to really explore the rich fabric of traditions, customs, and history that characterize this enormous and diverse country through cultural immersion. Every region of Russia, from the Grand Tsar's palaces to the little rural villages, pulsates with a unique cultural character that is just waiting to be discovered. Indulging in Russian food, which is well known for its robust flavors and wide variety of regional delicacies, is a common first step in cultural immersion. Whether you're enjoying blini and caviar at a sumptuous dinner or sipping borscht in a cafeteria from the Soviet era, dining experiences offer a window into the nation's social customs and culinary legacy. Immersion in Russian culture goes beyond the dinner table and includes taking part in customs and traditions that have been passed down through the ages. Travelers are welcome to take part in the rich cultural tapestry of the nation, from watching the exquisite footwork of Russian ballet or the soul-stirring melodies of Orthodox chants as celebrating Maslenitsa, a cheerful farewell to winter highlighted by eating and folk performances. Travelers can also experience cultural immersion by discovering the many ethnic groups, regional languages, and customs that make up Russia's vast and diverse environment. Every experience broadens one's understanding of Russia's complex culture, whether it be strolling through the bustling markets of Moscow, where sellers sell anything from Soviet souvenirs to Matryoshka dolls, or traveling to the isolated villages of Siberia, where time seems to stand still amid pristine scenery and centuries-old customs. The creation of relationships with the people who live in this enormous and diverse nation is maybe the most significant aspect of cultural immersion in Russia. Travelers can interact with people and learn about their way of life, goals, and beliefs by learning traditional skills from knowledgeable craftsmen in rural areas or by sharing stories over a warm cup of tea in a quaint ezba. These deep conversations promote respect and understanding amongst people, bridging linguistic and cultural divides to forge enduring bonds and friendships. Language challenges. Travelers touring Russia face both possibilities and disadvantages due to language barriers. Even though large cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg are becoming more English-speaking, knowing a little bit of Russian is often necessary when straying from the established path. For beginners, the Cyrillic letter can be intimidating, making written communication and signage difficult to understand. But even knowing a few essential phrases can lead to more meaningful interactions with locals and more in-depth cultural experiences. Speaking and thinking creatively can be put to the test when navigating everyday interactions like buying tickets or placing an order for food. Travelers frequently find themselves having to communicate their demands by gestures, pointing, and short words. Even if there may be an initial barrier, these experiences help travelers become resilient and adaptable, enabling them to connect with people from various walks of life and dissolve barriers. Difficulties with language can also present chances for mutual learning and cultural exchange. Russian-speaking residents value visitors' attempts to converse in the language, and many are willing to assist or offer advice on the language and culture. Language barriers can be crossed in a variety of ways, from casual conversations with fellow visitors to spontaneous language lessons with kind locals. Furthermore, in Russia, technology is shown to be a very useful tool for getting past linguistic hurdles. Travelers may now confidently traverse unfamiliar circumstances with the use of translation applications, language learning platforms, and audio guides, which offer rapid access to translations and pronunciation assistance. In the use of these tools and an inquisitive, flexible attitude toward language acquisition, tourists can turn language barriers into worthwhile experiences that enhance their trip in Russia. Transportation adventures. Travelers visiting Russia may experience an amazing range of adventures when it comes to transportation, from riding the effective metro systems in Moscow and St. Petersburg to taking amazing rail trips over the vast Siberian terrain. With its elaborate stations decorated with sculptures, chandeliers, and mosaics, the Moscow Metro provides not only a useful way to move around the city, but also a window into its magnificent architecture and rich history. Similar to this, the St. Petersburg Metro offers visitors an unparalleled underground study of the city's historic legacy, with its opulent stations that rival palaces. Russia's vast rail network provides unmatched prospects for adventure for travelers looking for a more leisurely form of transportation. Travelers experience the spectacular splendor of Russia's distant landscapes as they traverse enormous stretches of taiga forests, unending steppe, and snow-capped mountains on the fabled Trans-Siberian Railway. Traveling by rail in Russia is an amazing experience full of exploration and discovery. Whether you choose to have tea in a comfortable cabin, share stories with other travelers, or just take in the always-changing landscape. Safety and security. Considerations regarding safety and security are crucial for tourists visiting Russia. Although traveling around the nation is typically safe, it is nevertheless important to use caution and vigilance, especially when in popular tourist locations, on public transportation, and in busy city centers. Pickpocketing and other small-time scams that prey on travelers are not unheard of, particularly in well-known travel hubs like Moscow and St. Petersburg. To reduce the chance of theft or other opportunistic crimes, travelers are encouraged to exercise caution, safeguard their things, and abstain from showing off their money. Furthermore, travelers may be at danger from geopolitical tensions and sporadic civil upheaval in some parts of Russia. It's wise to keep up with current affairs and heed any travel warnings that come from reputable sources. To guarantee a courteous and safe travel experience, it is also crucial to observe local laws, customs, and cultural sensitivity. It is advisable to refrain from political activism and openly expressing divergent opinions while in Russia, as these actions may result in legal consequences. Notwithstanding these warnings, a lot of tourists discover that using common sense and adopting some simple safety measures makes their trip across Russia safe and enjoyable. Travelers may confidently explore Russia and concentrate on taking in the country's rich cultural legacy, breathtaking scenery, and friendly people by being knowledgeable, attentive to potential dangers, and respectful of local customs and rules. Travelers visiting Russia in 2024 will find a diverse trip through a nation rich in culture, history, and scenic beauty, as well as a dynamic tapestry of rewards and challenges. It takes perseverance, fortitude, and an open mind to overcome safety concerns, language challenges, and bureaucratic roadblocks. Beyond the practical difficulties, nevertheless, are unmatched chances for engaging in cultural immersion, daring exploration, and deep interactions with people. Through embracing curiosity, an open mind, and reverence for the nation's traditions and customs, tourists can discover the genuine spirit of Russia and set out on a life-changing adventure replete with amazing moments. Every moment provides a window into the spirit of a country full of history, diversity, and unending hospitality. Whether you're touring the magnificence of St. Petersburg's Hermitage Museum, strolling through the vast expanse of Siberia on the Trans-Siberian Railway, or any combination of these, travelers learn that the genuine charm of Russia is found in the kindness and tenacity of the people who live in this huge and mysterious nation, not just in the stunning scenery and well-known sights. Subscribe now to stay updated on our latest videos and uncover more insider tips and insights for your travels through Russia and beyond.